This podcast is for anyone tired of sitting on the couch watching fucking Netflix. For anyone who wants to know how to break the 9-to-5 slave life. For anyone who wants to be better tomorrow than they are today. I want to help you learn how to break the cycle. This is your story, and you have to write it. Come on in. We're just getting started. Hey everybody, what's up? This is the Getting Started Podcast, and as always, I'm your host, Sean Bustard. Wanted to come to you guys today and give you a little bit of message about backsliding. One thing that causes a lot of entrepreneurs to quit and give up the journey to building their dream life is they get so much momentum built behind them that eventually they start to drown kind of in their own success, and they don't even realize it. And what happens is they get so overwhelmed with what they're doing and everything that's going on is that they start to kind of regress and fall back to some old habits to kind of get them back into their comfort zones. And to a small degree, this is okay. Everybody has backslides. Everybody has, for lack of a better word, relapses. And that's okay. You know, we're only human. We're not perfect. All we can do is do our best every day to be 1% better every day. And sometimes we have to purposefully slide back a little, take a step back, and just observe what's going on. And I'm sure you know, I'm not the biggest name in this entrepreneurial space by any means. You know, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now that some of the biggest names have had backslides. I can guarantee you Tony Robbins has had backslides. Grant Cardone has had backslides. Ryan Stewman has had backslides. Hell, that motherfucker was making millions of dollars and then went to fucking prison. That's a hell of a backslide. But he got out and he's back to making millions of dollars again because he just kept on going. He had a vision, a purpose, and a focus to get him where he wanted to be. I myself have taken a purposeful step back to kind of observe and view what I have done so far, kind of reflect a little bit, and to also see where it is I'm wanting to go in the future. Now, you know, a few months ago, I was involved with several affiliate marketing programs. I was running my CBD business. I was doing my podcast. I was still holding down my day job. I was playing dad and husband and everything all at the same time. And I got so much on my plate that it wasn't so much that I was getting overwhelmed or having the feelings of being overwhelmed, so much as it was that I was starting to realize that I can't do everything all at once. And that's fine. I'm not perfect. I'm not a machine. I'm only human, and I can only do the best I can do. So I've taken several steps back, actually, to where I have a few main focuses, this podcast being one of them, and I'm okay with that. You know, building this podcast is something I've become passionate about that has kind of taken on sort of its own role in my life, and I enjoy it. I love bringing messages to you guys about, hope and success. Well, I'm not even going to say hope, about success, about motivation and inspiration, about getting you guys to change your mindsets, to change your mind states. And I'm hoping, I got to stop using that word. My goal is to motivate and inspire all of you guys out there listening to this who haven't started your journey to building your dream life yet to get started, guys. These words of wisdom that I'm imparting onto you, they're part, things that I'm learning through self-education by reading books. They are part things that I'm learning from other successful business people in the entrepreneurial space. And they're part things that I'm learning from my own experiences. Because that's the best way to learn is through your own experiences. And it all goes back to, anybody can do this stuff, guys. It's the honest to God's truth. Anybody can do it. All you have to do is A, find someone who's already done what it is you want to do. B, don't necessarily imitate them or copy them, but study them, learn what it is that they're doing that is helping them succeed, and B, emulate it and make it your own. Because I'm going to tell you, Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins because he is Tony Robbins. He only does Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is not out there trying to be Grant Cardone. Tony Robbins is not out there trying to be, Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. Tony Robbins is out there being Tony Robbins and doing what Tony Robbins does because he's Tony fucking Robbins. Same with Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone's not trying to be anybody else. He's out there doing his own thing and being Grant Cardone. Guys, it's a very simple process. You just got to get started on it. And once you get started, stay consistent and be persistent. Don't chase your dreams. Set your dream as your main target and rush for it full on out. Keep in mind, this is a marathon and not a sprint. It takes time. This is not something going to happen overnight. My boy Sid actually has a shirt that says overnight success, and underneath it says but years in the making. And that's how it works. Because you're going to get success and you're going to get momentum and you're going to get going. But then something's going to happen that is not according to your plan, that is not part of what you have designed for your life, and you're going to be forced to take a step back. And that's the point of this whole message today, is taking a step back is okay. Whether that be, being offset by a day or a week or even a month. No matter how far back you step, remember to get back up and get back on the horse. I know it's easy to say these things to you guys, and for y'all to hear it, and some of y'all are going to hear this, and it's going to go in one ear and out the other. You're going to be he's just talking a bunch of shit. He don't know what he's doing. Who is he? He is, Sean is not very successful, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. You're going to have your own opinions. But I can tell you this. I'm taking a step forward every single day to get to the destination that I want to be at. I have a plan, I have a purpose, I have a desire, I have a want to be better, to have more, and I have a damn determination to get there. Again, guys, I am not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. But I am claiming to be persistent and consistent. I am claiming to be accountable for myself and get done what needs to be done. I'm learning new ways of doing stuff like that all the time. Matter of fact, I'm reading a book right now. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but Gary Keller is the founder of Keller Williams, or co-founder, whatever, of Keller Williams Real Estate. I'm sure everybody's heard of Keller Williams Real Estate. If you haven't, look them up. They're one of the nation's top real estate companies. Period. And the lessons that I'm learning from this book is sometimes to do the big things you really want to do, you got to think small. And yeah, I know that sounds counterintuitive and it sounds retarded as hell. But the more I'm reading this book, the more I'm learning from this book, the more I'm understanding, hey, it's true. In order to, say you've got this big goal you want to reach, this huge target you want to shatter. But you've got a to-do list of 5 million things on there. Guys, 5 million things is not going to get you to that point. Take a step back. Look at that to-do list. Say if you are, for example, you got 100 things on a list. Find a way to knock out 80% of that. Because I guarantee you, if you got 100 things on that list, 80 of them don't need to be done. Or they can be pushed off until a later date. Out of that 20%, those 20 things you got left, narrow that down by 80% too. And keep trimming the fat until you found the one thing on that list that will get you the most results. And do that one thing. Take action on that one thing, because that is the one thing that's going to get you the most results, therefore making you the most efficient version you can be. And once you get that done, and you've got the next destination lined up and the next target set up, do the same thing. Make another list to get to that destination, that target. And keep trimming the fat until you found the one thing that will get you the most results. And do that one thing. And see if it doesn't work for you. Well, guys, I'm glad y'all tuned in for this message. I'm glad y'all listened to this. Thanks for supporting the show. Our numbers are still continuing to climb. I'm still not on iTunes yet. I'm doing my best to work on that and get that remedied. If anybody out there can help me with it, I'm not an Apple person. I'm not a Mac guy. I don't have any Apple devices in my home. I have an Apple ID to get on the podcast thing, but because I have no other Apple devices to sign in through, it won't let me do it. So I'm still trying to remedy that. However, we are now on iHeartRadio, so you guys can check us out on iHeartRadio. And no matter what platform you're listening to, guys, drop in, leave us an honest written review. It helps the show out a lot. If you want to leave a voice message review, that's awesome too. By all means, go to Facebook. I got a Facebook page for the podcast. Like that one, follow it, join the Facebook group, the Getting Started Podcast. I try to drop little snippets in there from time to time. You can also catch all past and previous interviews with video on YouTube. Look up The Sean Bustard on YouTube. And you can find the Getting Started Podcast playlist. Also, you can find me on Instagram now, too. I've got myself and the podcast on Instagram at The Sean Bustard and at The Getting Started Podcast. And guys, other than that, just have a great weekend, everybody.